This is a demo of how you can automate order processing with Nanonets AI agents. You have a few agents automating various processes across your business. Today we're going to look at the order processing agent that we've set up. Your agents are constantly working in the background, but your team will have access to a dashboard showing you a list of tasks that the agent has picked up. You'll see tasks that the agent has completed and where it has stopped and is waiting for input from a team member. For each task, you can see a summary of the work that the agent did in order to complete that task. And you can also take a look at further detail. In this example, the agent was able to successfully create a sales order in SAP against the purchase order sent in by the customer. Let's take a look at what the agent did here. In this case, it started working on this order when it received a new email from the customer. It extracted the data from the purchase order, found the correct product codes from SAP, and once it has the internal product codes, it then proceeds to match our internal prices to the prices as listed on the purchase order. In this case, everything matched within the acceptable threshold. It then proceeded to create a sales order in SAP against this incoming purchase order. It enters the line items from the order and finally sends an order confirmation back to the customer. Let's look at another case where the agent has stopped and is waiting for human input. It shows us a quick summary of what it needs help with. In this case, it tells us that it could not find a product code for an item and it needs help with this. So let's take a look at more details on this task. The agent received the new purchase order from the customer. This had 2 line items. It extracted the data from this order. In this case, it was able to find a matching product code with high confidence for the first item. For the second item, its confidence is 45%, which is below the acceptable threshold. And hence it sends us a Teams message letting us know that it wasn't confident on the product code that it found for this item. Your team will have received this notification directly within Teams. They will be able to give the agent feedback directly from here. In this case, I'm going to let it know to always use this product code for a promotional item if the customer is Walmart and we have a date within the first quarter. I've sent this message back to the agent directly from Teams. Back on the agent, we see that the agent has received this response and is continuing to work on the task in the background. It has also let me know that it learned the new mapping for promotional item. It is going to map this against the item that it found for CPOC 001. It continues working on this task. Meanwhile, let's take a look at how your team can manage these learnings. The agent setup is simple. You simply need to let the agent know what it needs to do in plain English. Your team can also edit these instructions by simply typing in here. Further complexity and business rules are handled via rules and learning. You'll see a full list of rules here, including the rule that we just added for the product code mapping. Your team can audit these rules, edit them as required, and then approve them so that they are learned for next time. While running a task, the agent also shows you what rules were applied at which stage, so there's full traceability on why it made a given decision. Now let's take a look at a live example of how this would work when a customer sends you a new order over email. I'm now in your customer's email inbox, sending over a new order. Back in your email inbox, you will have received this order from the customer. The agent will be connected to this email inbox and will have already started working on this task. Back on the agent task list, we see that the agent has picked up this task and has started working on it. Let's take a look at more details. The agent started working on this task when it received a new email from the customer. It then started to extract all of the data as present on the document. It also shows me exactly where on the document it found the information. Once it has all of the item names from the document, It then proceeds to match it to the corresponding item in SAP. Irrespective of how the customer refers to your items compared to how you store them in SAP, the agent was able to find matches for each product with a confidence score. We also see that the agent was able to successfully match the promotional item to the right product code given the learning that we added earlier. Once it has all of the SAP product codes, it proceeds to check if the item prices on the PO match the item prices in SAP within the acceptable threshold. Since all of the items matched up here, it moved forward to create a sales order in SAP. I have the sales order number for my reference here, along with all of the data as present on that record it created. And finally, it sends order confirmation back to the customer. Let's now look at an example where we needed to split the sales order on creation in SAP. The agent received this new order with 2000 units per item. It processed the document. While creating the final sales order, it referred to a rule that we've added, asking the agent to limit to a maximum of 500 units per material while creating sales orders. Since the order had 2000 units per item, the agent created separate sales orders, adhering to the 500 unit limit. It then went ahead and confirmed the order to the customer, referring the multiple sales orders it created. Let's now look at an example where there is a discrepancy in the price sent to you in the customer purchase order versus the price you have on record in SAP. In this case, the agent has stopped and let me know that there is a discrepancy. On matching the item prices in the order to the item prices in SAP, it found two discrepancies. One of the items matched within the acceptable threshold. The second item, we see that the product price in SAP is 3.29 and the price on the PO is 3.09. Similarly, for the other product, the price in SAP is 4.49 and the price on the order is 4.03. Given this discrepancy, the agent has sent a Teams message asking if it can email the customer requesting a revised order. Your team will have received this notification in Teams, and it has asked whether it can go ahead and email the customer. I can approve this. And back on the agent, it will have received this response and continued working on the task. It has now sent an email back to the customer, letting them know that there was a price discrepancy. So let's head back over to the customer email inbox. And I can see that I've received an email here, letting me know of the price discrepancy. As the customer, I can respond directly here. The customer has now responded directly in the email body. The agent has received the response from the customer and resumed working on that same task. Given the customer's confirmation over email, it went ahead and created a sales order in SAP. It finally sends over email confirmation back to the customer. As the agent processes tasks over time and learns from human input, it improves in performance. You can also track the agent's performance using various metrics like the STP rate, which is the number of tasks that the agent was able to perform without human intervention, the average task completion time. You can also keep a track of the various cases that the agent needed help with and how it's improving.